Hey, what is up, guys? Bluntguts here. This is a Watcher or Owns video. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I appreciate it. Please do like and subscribe if you do enjoy my content. And I hope you're going to enjoy this. Today I had some good wins. I had some frustrating losses. I liked the defenses that were up here. Honestly, if you look at the discrepancy in health here, they have not had much success attacking us as Revolution, but they do have some really tough defenses in there. And I typically try to target what I perceive to be the harder defenses. So I think I've got some good matches in here. I did get a little frustrated with some Ingrid defenses, honestly. I had some wins, but I also had some losses. And I feel like, I'm still figuring all this out with Ingrid. The margins are just razor thin in a lot of cases. Beyond that, I do want to let everybody know that I have kind of switched back to the classic format. I did that experiment last video where I skipped my initial kind of intro for each attack, and I've gone back to doing that in this video. However, with that said, I know some of you felt like it was a bit redundant, so if you don't want to watch that, then my recommendation is use the chapters that are in here. I have, for you guys, put in some chapters to separate out the intros for the fights from the actual fights themselves. So feel free to skip ahead if you don't want to watch everything. You're more than welcome to, but I know that there's some folks that really do feel like it is valuable to hear my thought process beforehand when I have my sole attention on explaining what I'm going to do rather than trying to simultaneously execute and explain what the plan is at the same time. So I do hope that this is a nice middle ground for everybody. But with that said, let's get to the attacks. All right, guys. So we are going to give this one a go. We've got a Praetus Ingrid team. Nightmare here, 483,000 battle power. The one thing I will say is that because Eunomia is in here, it makes this a lot easier to deal with. I wouldn't call it easy. You can see I'm bringing a 700k battle power team. However, it does make it a lot easier when you don't have an extra like unkillable or unyielding aspect to the healer's kit when they are brought in. So Eunomia is going to make this a little bit easier. What we are going to do is drop in immediately, as soon as the match starts, a set of axe slaughterers at the frontmost tile. They're going to path forward. With any luck, they are going to trigger Brokkir's Unyielding. Once that Unyielding is down, we're going to wait until 10 cost. We're going to deploy a Fool on the tile right in front of the spawn point. Fool's going to path forward, end up down in this bottom corner. We're going to drop in a Maw on the frontmost tile when we get back up to 9 cost. At that point, the Fool is going to turn. He's going to start putting shields on Maw and hopefully stay out of Valkyra and Ingrid's range as long as possible. And then we are going to follow up with a second Fool as soon as we get up to 5 cost, followed by a set of axe slaughters when we get up to 6 cost. And at that point, we should have burned through all the 9 lives of Brokkir. It's actually, I think, 3 in this case, because Brokkir gets his Unyielding. He's going to get the res from Valkyra, and then he's going to die the 3rd time we do take him down. At that point, we should wait till 10 cost. We'll be able to deploy double lightning guards, and then we'll be able to follow up with 2 sets of dogs to run in at the end, hopefully. These are always a bit of RNG. They're kind of dependent on mode switches from Ingrid as well, so lots of things can go wrong here, but I think we got this one. Let's give it a go. All right, so first thing we are going to do is click on Brokkir. I'm going to drop in our axes here, let them path forward. And like I said, with any luck, we'll take down get Brokkir's Unyielding. I wanted to say ultimate, but Unyielding. And there we go. It popped right there. So that is what we wanted to see here. We're going to get the Fool all prepped to drop in the upper, the frontmost spawn point up there, right by the spawn point. And then we are just waiting until we get up to 9 cost, but on 1 time speed now that we're in the 8s. And I'm just going to click up to 9 to give myself lots of breathing room here. We don't want the Fool to path forward any further than he has to in order to keep him alive as long as possible. He is going to go down. That's why we're going to deploy a second one in a second. But let's drop in our second Fool here. He's going to path forward. And then we're just going to hope that Maw can do his job and stay alive long enough for us to get enough time to get the axe slaughterers out. That is the hope here. He could trigger. I think he's winding up. I think he's going to do his big shot here on Brokkir, which should trigger Valkyra's res in 1 second here. Drop in our axe slaughterers. There we go. We've got 1 death from Brokkir. And we just need to tap him a couple times with the Axe Slaughters. There we go. And he goes down. If we could get Valkyra too, that would be amazing. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now we're just waiting for 10 cost, and then we'll drop in double Lightning Guards, and with any luck, they will clear everybody else out. But even if they don't, we should be able to run by with dogs so long as they get Praetus down. That is the hope. There we go. Let's get our Lightning Guards going, and then we're just waiting on cost at this point. We'll see. If we can get both Ingrid and Praetus down, then we should be good to... We're not going to get our... but we can just run in with dogs now, actually, because she just used her big beam. Whew, that was close. That was a tight one right there. That fucking beam, when it widens right there, it does make things a little bit tricky. But we got the win at the end of the day. That one in the books. I'll be back for the next one. We are going to be taking on Zucania's team here. His no-healer AI, marksman, gauntlet of death that he's got going on right now. We are going to be taking this down. Now, I will say that the easier way to get this done is to use Maw. And if you have Maw attempts to spare, then that is the way to tackle a defense that is like this. However, I've only got one left. I want to save that for an Ingrid team, so I am going to hold off on using Maw, and instead, I'm going to give a shot with this team here. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait until 10 costs, then we're going to deploy one of these Scalekin warriors on the frontmost tile up here. He's going to path forward. He's going to eat up some of the AI ice crystals that are in the path, and he's also going to trigger ultimates on Iovar, on Silas, and on Theowin. After that, we're going to wait until we get back up to 10 cost again. Then we're going to drop in one of the Knights of Destruction on the rear tile right in front of the spawn point. We're going to wait until the Knight of Destruction paths basically up one tile or past the turn at the top right-hand corner of the map, and then we're going to drop in a Fool to path behind him. Now, at that time, it's going to take a couple shots from Silas, more than likely. However, we're going to drop the Fool in afterwards. The Fool should keep him alive, and once he does get past the Iovar and Silas's ult is down, he really shouldn't be taking that much damage, and since there is no healer, he should be able to just beat on Brokkir until Brokkir's Unyielding gets popped. Now, after that point, we are going to wait and keep an eye on Silas's ultimate, drop in double rare bugs. What are these called? Lizardfly Imagos, I think is what they're called. We're going to drop in 2 of those on the frontmost tile up here, right before Silas gets his ultimate activated again. Now, since Silas prioritizes targeting airborne units, he should shift to the 6 rare flyers that were just dropped there. And because there's 6 of them, you can basically one-shot all of them, but he's going to have to shoot at them 6 times. That's going to give our Knight of Destruction enough time to have the Unyielding on Brokkir come down and for him to deliver one final blow to take down Brokkir, after which point we can deploy double Necros as well as another Fool, and they should basically eat up ice crystals and kill everybody else now that the ultimates are down. That is the plan. It's a little bit tight on time, I'm not going to lie, but I think we can get it done, so let's see if we can't make this work. Myself over so it's a little easier to see the deployments. So like I said, first thing we're going to do when we get up here, we're going to wait until 10 cost, and then we are going to drop in a Speedster up here in this upper right hand corner. He's going to path on forward, trigger those ultimates, and we're just waiting for 10 cost again to start dropping in our other units. Drop in the Knight of Destruction down here, and then we will drop in a Fool after him. He's going to wait until he gets another turn up here, and then we're going to drop in the Fool. Like I said, he is going to take a few shots here, but the Fool should kind of smooth over any damage that he does take so that he can just path forward. The other nice thing about this is that the Fool, when the shield is on one of the ground units, it does end up giving them immunity from control effects. So that means that the ice crystals are not going to be able to freeze him, which is ideal, obviously. So now we're just watching. We're keeping an eye on Silas's ultimate here because we can't let him take out the Knight of Destruction. That is the rub. We don't want that to happen. So not quite there. I think now is about the time that we want to do it. The hope is the Knight of Destruction did not pop the Unyielding anywhere close to as soon as I wanted him to. So that is not good for us. We did get Silas's ult out of the way. Let's see if we can't get Brokkir down. One more hit should do it, I think. And it didn't happen. So that is real unfortunate for us. What we can do instead is we are going to drop in double Necros on the back tile here. We're going to wait until we get to 5 costs. We're going to drop in another Fool to keep them alive. And then we'll drop in a Speedster after that. And the hope is that we can just deliver a final blow to Brokkir down there. And then we'll be able to run on in with the Speedsters. Their Brokkir is down. That's how we wanted it to work. Always good to have a backup plan, guys. There we go. And I think we got plenty of time to get this done here. Just got to worry about Iovar, but Iovar is not going to be able to do all that much to us at the end of the day because he's facing the wrong way. And so we are in. That is a win. I will be back for the next one. All right, guys, we are going to give this one a try. Full disclosure, I think I'm going to get destroyed on this, but I might be wrong. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I think the damage is going to be more than I'm expecting it to be, but thought to give it a go. And at the very least, we can all get a look at what Kaede actually looks like with a Chaos Lord. This match is kind of in the books already because we are up by so much at this point that I'm not really all that worried about taking a loss here. So I'm going to give this one a go, and we're going to see what happens. So to start this off, I'm going to wait till 10 costs. Then I'm going to drop in one of the Scalekin warriors. He's going to be a sacrificial lamb. He's going to bait Sargak's ultimate, bait Kaede's ultimate, hopefully as well. And we're going to wait until we get back up to 10 cost. At that point, we're going to drop in one of the Knights of Destruction on the back tile, right in front of the Soul Crystal. I'm going to follow up with a Fool after the Knight of Destruction makes the turn at the top right of the map, and we're going to basically try to offset the Fool by 1 to 1.5 tiles from the Knight of Destruction. I'm going to wait until 6 costs again to deploy another Knight of Destruction, this time at the frontmost tile up at the upper right-hand corner. Wait till 5 costs to play another Fool. And the hope is that in conjunction with the Fool, that those 2 Knights of Destruction can slowly work through Brokkir and Ghan. Once those guys are down, or at least once Brokkir is down, we can deploy double Necros. We'll deploy another Scalekin Warrior after that to speed them up, but the Necros should go through and they should be able to take out Sargak and the other platform units, and if needed, they can overwhelm or take out Ghan as well. So that is the plan. We've got dogs in there just in case we end up in a time crunch and we need to get somebody into the Soul Crystal quickly at the end. But honestly, I don't think that we're going to need them if this does go the way that I want it to. So let's give it a go. Let's see if we can't make it happen. All right, so first thing we're going to do is just get it up to 10 cost, and then I will drop in this Scalekin Warrior up here and drop in the top so we can get the ultimates cooking as soon as possible. And then we're just waiting for 10 cost so we can drop in our Knight of Destruction here. And then we're going to drop in a Fool right behind him after that. You can see Kaede is doing some work there. He's a pain in the ass, no doubt about it. And look at that, my Knight of Destruction is taking way more damage than I was hoping he was going to. So that is very unfortunate. This is 100% going to be a loss. There's no coming back, I think, from what is going on right now. Sargak is a beast. And yeah, this is not working out like I was hoping it would. So we'll try and swarm with Necros, but I don't really anticipate that working. So we'll wait till 10 costs, and then we can drop in our Necros and give it one last good old college try. But I am not expecting much from the rest of this attack. We really needed to be able to take out the tanks for this to have any chance of working, and pretty clearly that is not going to happen. So we can drop in our Scalekin Warrior just to kind of keep things going, but you can see the Necros are dead already. Yeah, this is a nice team, honestly. If you are looking for a Chaos team, if you do have a Chaos Lord, this would work at the Valkyra as well. Honestly, Ghan is going to work better because he gives a better bonus to his faction team members. But this is definitely a rough team right here. There's no coming back from it at this point. So well done. You know, take my invisible hat off to you, sir. Who's this? I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I'm not even going to try it. But nice defense, my man. I will be back for the next one. All right, guys, we're going to take a shot at Zukania's other team here. So he's got a Praetus team with Ajax, with Regulus. There's Jeera in there. Don't know that I love the placement on Jeera just because she's only got a 1-tile range. She can't really do anything to help clear anything off of Regulus, but I guess the plan is that Ajax and Praetus should be able to take care of that. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to wait till 10 costs. I'm going to deploy a Pharaoh Guard on the back tile. Pharaoh Guard's going to path forward. He's going to go around. He's going to trigger ultimates on Ajax and on Praetus. Hopefully he's still alive when we get back up to 10 costs, because then I'm going to deploy a set of Axolotls on the middle tile on the right-hand side, and then a set of Shadowcasters on the frontmost tile, the one that's furthest away from the spawn point, right after that. And they're going to path forward. Hopefully they can trigger Regulus's unkillable. That is the plan. Now, the downside of Elowyn, as great as she is for rage regen, and as much as she makes people get around their ultimates again quicker, she doesn't provide great single target healing. So I think we're going to have a pretty easy time taking down Regulus. That would be my guess. I don't think we're going to be able to do it with one deployment of Shadowcasters and Axolotls. I think it's going to take a second one. But with any luck, they'll survive long enough to trigger the ultimates on Ajax and Praetus one more time. They'll die while the Unyielding is up on Regulus, and then we will follow up with yet another set of Axolotls and Shadowcasters, trying to keep an eye on ultimates. We can kind of pivot as we're in there. I may need to bait again with another Pharaoh Guard. We should have plenty of time to do that. And then if needed, at the end of this, I can toss in double lightning guards to clear out the platform units after I do kill Regulus, and we can follow up with dogs as needed as well. So we got some options. We're going to see how it goes once we get in there, but I think that this should work. Let's see if we can't make it happen. Move myself over to the other side of the screen. You guys have a better view. So first thing we're going to do, like I said, is we're going to get up to, oops, didn't mean to pause it, get up to 10 cost, and then I'm going to drop in a Pharaoh Guard on this back tile right in front of the spawn point. It's going to path forward. Looks like Praetus has got some pretty significant rage regen in there, so that is something to keep in mind. We'll see how the ultimates kind of pan out. I'm just going to click up to 10 cost. So we are going to be ready to drop in our Axolotls and then Shadowcasters on the front-hand tile. I stagger them that way because Shadowcasters stop for a second and the Axolotls do catch up. Axolotls also, by the way, do move a little bit faster than the others do. So let's see, Regulus, can we trigger that? There's that Unyielding. We got that popped. Now the question is, can we get another round of ultimates out so we don't have to bait again? And it looks like we can. There goes Praetus's, there goes Ajax's, and everybody's dead. Ults are ticking. I'm just going to wait a second and let these kind of run out. I prefer that Praetus not be up when our Axolotls and Shadowcasters get up there, but they don't move all that quick, so we're just going to deploy again like that and let them path forward. Looks like we timed it well. The ult is down by the time that these guys get in range there, and now they just need to kill him one more time, which hopefully is not going to be an issue, and it is not. So can we get Jeera too? Yes, we can. And I think these guys are just going to walk on in unless the true damage gets them, but they've got plenty of health, so I think we are good. We're not even going to deploy anybody else. And that is a win right there. So, yeah, 2 Central keeps down. All right, guys, so we are going to try to take on this team. We're going to try to do it without Maw. We got the latitude to kind of play around a little bit right now. If I lose the match, you know, it's not really that big a deal because we're so far ahead at this point. So what I am going to do is right off the break, I'm going to drop in 2 of these Fallen Reapers. They're going to go forward. Hopefully they pop either Brokkir's Unyielding or Lili's Shield. Either one would be great. Then we're going to follow up at 10 costs with a set of Axolotls and Shadowcasters. We're going to be mindful of the Marri ult because with Ingrid's damage going out as well as Arrogance's ultimate going out, it could be just a whirlwind of destruction for our demon soldiers. So we're going to do that. Hopefully we can, with 2 waves of Shadowcasters and Axolotls, get Brokkir down. And if we're able to do that, then we should be able to follow up with Lightning Guards, clear out at least Marri and Arrogance, and hopefully Ingrid as well. But even if Ingrid is still up, we should be able to run by with dogs. That is the plan. Let's see if we can't make it work. The BP is just so low on this team that I think I might be able to get this done this way. Normally, I would not try this, honestly, because Ingrid is just so strong that I feel like the only really viable way to take her down is with Maw. So we're going to see here. Can we get... There we go. We got one of... at least we got the Lili. We got the Lili out. Now, the problem is that we are going to get frozen when we get over there. So we're going to have to hope that we can survive long enough with our Axolotls and Shadowcasters. I don't love that. Timing-wise, it's not ideal, but we're going to see what happens here. Worst case scenario, like I said, we can follow up with another set of Shadowcasters and Axolotls if needed. Lili's also got her ult going right now, which is not ideal. We'll see. You see, they're taking heavy, heavy damage. But if they could just take a couple of swings right now, think we might have a good shot at it. There we go. We popped it. We popped the Unyielding. That's what we wanted to see. Now, the only problem here, again, is that Arrogance is going to be going off in a second, and that's not ideal either. So, you know, we have been popping this Brokkir so hard that I'm hoping that we can do it quickly. Of course, we've got the Marri ultimate again here, and that's not going to be good for us. I think we're just about to die because of Arrogance. Yeah, I should have baited that out. That is my mistake. Oh, and look at that. We've got Ingrid popping off as well at the same time. So that is that. I think that's probably, unfortunately, going to be a wipe for us. But, you know, is what it is. We can try and run by with dogs. But I'm not all that hopeful that that is going to work at the end of the day. Maybe we can slip by with... Yeah, this is not going to turn out well for us. Can we get Arrogance down? Nah, we can't get Arrogance down. That's too... All right, guys, enough with the Ingrid defenses. I am good on Ingrid for this match. No more, please. We're going to do this one instead. Hopefully close out with a win. That is the plan here. So what we're going to do is put in, at 10 cost, a set of the Skeletal Guardians. They're going to path forward. They're going to trigger ultimates. In particular, we need to get Silas's ultimate out of the way so that he doesn't pop everybody. Once Silas has about 1/3 remaining on his ultimate duration, and we have 10 costs, we can drop in another set of Skeletal Guardians. They're going to path forward. They're going to stack on Regulus. Once we get back up to 10 costs, we'll drop in 2 of the Abyssal Beholders on the rear tile back by the spawn point. We're going to wait till 4 costs, drop in a Skeleton Warrior to speed them up, and some combination of Skeletal Guardians and Abyssal Beholders should stream forward and get to the Soul Crystal. If that doesn't work, then we can reset with Necros, Spiders, and another Skeleton Warrior, but I think we're going to be able to do it on the first try. But I've got some got some safety valves built in on this one, so let's see what we can't make happen. I will move myself over to the other side so you can take a look here and see. All right, so we're just going to wait till 10 cost, and then we will drop in a set of the Skeletal Guardians on the front tile. Reason we're doing it on the front tile is because I want to make sure that we get those ultimates cooking as soon as possible. In the next set, we're going to drop on the back tile because we don't need them to be getting forward any sooner than is necessary. So they're going to get forward. We're waiting. I'm going to slow it down at 10 cost. Just click all the way up to 10. Now we're going to drop double Abyssal Beholders on this tile right there. Put it back on 2x speed, and we will drop in a Skeleton Warrior at the end. Once we get up to 4, we just did. A little slow on that. I misclicked by accident. Well, let's see if we can't get a few of these guys to go by. It'd be wonderful if we could. There's only 2. Is that 3? That's 3. Okay, good. For a second, I thought, at this point, I'm kind of losing my faith in my ability to win these matches, but it's good to close out on a win. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. There are my attacks. Job is done. I ended up going 4-4. There were 2 attacks that I did not include in here. They were both losses. They were against Ingrid defenses that, one, I did not include because I lost my shit on because I had prepped for it, and when I got in there, it did not go in the way that all of my previous attacks when I was prepping had gone, so it really frustrated me that way, and I did not want to include that for public consumption. And then the other one, the first attack that I did today was also a loss against an Ingrid defense, and I was trying to use that in another video that I am creating, and it did not go the way that I thought it was going to, and so it just didn't really make sense to include it in the context here. But you know, I do want to be forthright here. You know, this was a 500 day for me, not really what I wanted to see, but you know, we were also up pretty heavily, and I probably wouldn't have gone about my attacks in the way that I did had this been a tighter match. So, you know, it is what it is. Ingrid is a pain in the ass. I think I am more and more coming to the realization that the way that she functions right now in this map is not really tenable long term. I think, you know, if we look at the season right now, we've got about a month left until the season calculation. Today is August 14th when I'm filming this. The season ends on September 15th. So 1 month and 1 day until the season is over. And I think we can all struggle through another 4 weeks of this. But I think long term, things can't continue the way that they are. They need to do something about it, whether that be changing the map, whether that be introducing a new demon soldier to counter her, or really, you know, changing her. I prefer the first two, not the latter. I don't think she should be nerfed. I think there was a lot of money spent, and there's just a lot of reasons why it does not make sense to do so. I think there are other overpowered champions in this game that it doesn't make sense to really punish her because they decided to put in a map that really catered to her skill set. And you know, that goes for the arena as well, where I think the same situation kind of persists. So it is what it is. I do hope that this is not the way that we move forward with this game mode, though, because the longer this goes on, the more Ingrids are going to kind of populate people's accounts. And, you know, just knowing some of the very competitive guilds, they're going to start acquiring just as many Ingrid accounts as they possibly can. And we're just going to be facing a map that is half Ingrid. You know, every tower is going to be, one of those defenses is going to be an Ingrid defense. And that's not fun for everybody. You know, I think it's one thing to have a few defenses that can't be beaten on a map, but it's another thing to have, you know, how many are there? There's, what, 5 per tower? There's 4 towers in the outer ring, or 4 strongholds in the outer ring. So that's, 20 in the outer ring, and then another 5, and there's 25 potentially total Ingrid defenses that could be in a map. That would be a nightmare. And I'm sure that they're, like, some of the top guilds, like Mad and some of the other ones, are going to really move in that direction. And I don't blame them for doing that, because that would be, you know, they are ultra competitive. They're doing what it takes to win, and that gives them the best chance, right? Those are the strongest defenses that they could put out, and that is what I would do if my sole purpose was to be as competitive as possible. But you know, I think that, well, I think the best option is really just to change the map, or to bring in a demon soldier, one or the other. You know, we need to have some other non-Maw way to deal with this. And even with Maw, you saw with some of my attacks today, the margins are just razor thin. And if you get a go up against a Marri who rage regens faster than you think she's going to, all of a sudden your attack is going to fall apart. And there's not really much you can do about it, because you have to bring an entire team that is dedicated just to dealing with Ingrid, working around Ingrid. And if something doesn't work out the way you expect it to, the whole attack is done. There's no recovering from it. And that's not a great feeling, you know, and I can say from personal experience, you know, as somebody who's had quite a bit of success against Ingrid teams in the past. I mean, even today, I had a couple of wins against Ingrid defenses that I, you know, one that was almost 490,000 battle power. So, like, I don't know. You know, it is what it is. I think that it's not going to be fun for everybody, and not everybody has the battle power that I do. So I've rambled on long enough. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, let me know your thoughts. What do you think about it? I will be back with my next matchup, maybe with some less Ingrids, so I don't drive myself crazy. But in the meantime, good luck on your own attacks. Thank you all for tuning in. Please do like and subscribe. I will catch you all next time.